Okay, here we go. This is Chapter 2, Participation Points. I'm going to do exercise 1 and 2, and then from there, you should be able to take and do 3 and 3 continued. Same thing, different numbers, so just watch and listen carefully. We're going to create journal entries. I already have the entries here. You have to decide the amounts. So, an owner invests $6,500 cash and $33,500 of photography equipment for the company in exchange for common stock. Well, cash is an asset, and you're receiving cash, and that's going up um, $6,500, so that's a debit. You're getting photo equipment for $33,500, so that's a debit. So you've got two new assets. You've got to balance this. On the other side of the equation is common stock or owner's equity for $40,000. If you add these two together, you get $40,000. So then they paid for insurance policy over 24 months, which means they're not going to use it all right away. So what you're going to do is create a new asset called prepaid insurance, and that's for $2,100. You paid cash for it, so you're decreasing that cash or making it lower, so you're going to credit it. Now you're in balance. Now you've got the next one is the company purchased office supplies for $880 in cash. Again, you know what the cash entry is because you're using cash, so it's a credit. Office supplies are a asset, so that's going to be a debit. You're trading an asset for an asset. And then you receive cash. What does that mean? Your cash goes up, right? So now you're increasing your cash by $3,331. See this right here? And you have to record that you made revenues. And revenues is a credit, and it ends up in owner's equity. So if we do the very last one, we pay our utilities, and our utilities was $675. We use cash. Again, that's a credit. So you know the utilities expense is a debit. So these are all your transactions for the month. And now you're going to post these to the general ledger, which looks like this. So we have, let's see if I can get it all on the screen, maybe, just barely. So now you take these journal entries and put them into these accounts. This is a debit. This is the credit side. So we'll just put the credit over here. And you're just going to copy those numbers to where they belong. So on August 1st, we received cash, which was a debit of $6,500. So we put that in that column. We received photography equipment for $33,500. Put that in this column. See the debit column? And common stock was credited. So find common stock right here for $40,000. This is the credit side. So that takes care of that entry. Now, on August 2nd, you bought prepaid insurance. So that's a debit. So if you come down here, see August 2nd, here's our prepaid insurance account, $2,100. And we use cash, credit here on the credit side. So you've got a debit here, a credit here. August 5th, you bought office supplies, and that is a debit for $880 and a credit for $880. Then you received some cash. You received $3,331 for services you did. So that debits cash. Revenues need to be credited. If I can find the revenues. That's odd. Oh, fees earned right here. So that's $331 here. And that's a credit. That's on the credit side. Finally, you paid utilities for $675. And that went here as a debit. And you credited cash right here. So now you've taken the journal entries and you've placed them in general ledger. Now you have to tally the general ledger. So you add the debits, you add the credits, you subtract the credits from the debits to come up with a balance. If you have more debits than credits, then you have a debit balance, and your balance is $6,176. If I add these two together, I come up with 9831. I add these together, I'll come up with a smaller number. So I take this, subtract these numbers from it, and come up with a balance. You'll do that for all of these. 33,500, there's nothing to subtract, so its balance is 33,500. Same thing with common stock. There's nothing over here to detract from it. So that's 40,000. So you get a balance for all of these. Then you pull this off into a trial balance, which I kind of messed up for you. Let's see if I can fix it. I guess I can. So you pull these off and make sure things balance. And you take the numbers that were over in the accounts and transfer them over to the adjusted trial balance and find out if you put all the debits on one side, they come up to 43,331. All the credits on one side, which are the balances of those accounts, comes up to 4331. So that's how you'll do exercise 3. Here are the entries. These are your journal entries. You'll just have to do the debit and the credit. Then you'll have to move over to here and put them in the proper accounts. So give that a try, all right? Let me know if you need help.